assigned assignments.
Without the club maintain a positive, friendly environment, all members learn and grow. Serve my club as an officer when called upon to treat my fellow club members and our guests respect and mercy. Bring them to club meetings so they can see the benefits of the membership offers. Or again, to the guidelines and rules for all
So we have promised. Thank you very much, and you may have your seats. Thank you. Please put your hands together for yourselves, please. We have done very well. Thank you. I will be leaving now and handing this lecture over to the person who will take over. But before I go, my name is Toastmaster Ugonna Anyao, and I am your Sergeant at Arms for today. To move this meeting forward, I'll be calling on the president of Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club. The president is a serial entrepreneur with an online store known as Mommy J Stores. She is a charter member of Lentos Toastmasters Club, and she resumes this year as the president of Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club. And she is also the program quality director of Area 19, Division F. While she continues her graceful traverse across the dynamic leadership and persuasive influence pathways, she believes dedication and commitment are key elements of success. One of her favorite quotes is, "I believe that the most important single thing beyond discipline and creativity is daring to dare." And that is a quote by Maya Angelou. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please make welcome our president, Toastmaster Josephine Agolo.
Sergeant at Arms, I must say that your smile is endearing. Jolly good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I can see faces that is making my legs to shiver now. It was worse than this 4 years ago. You see what Toastmasters can do? The first time I opened my mouth to speak, I was stuttering, I was stammering. You could feel fear all over my body. That's the good thing that Toastmasters have done for us. Our inspirational insights for today is remember to celebrate milestones as you prepare for the road ahead. And it is from Nelson Mandela. The reason is because the theme for our meeting today is celebrating milestones. If you don't celebrate how far you have gone, how would you count what you are doing, how better you are becoming? How are you going to put that in picture to say, oh, I was here before and now I'm here? Like I told you, the first time I opened my mouth to speak in Toastmasters, it was even in a virtual spotlight. The evaluator could see that I was panting. I was so afraid of, I don't really know what. That brings to mind what Toastmasters is all about. Toastmasters is a place where we learn. It's like a very friendly environment. I don't want to use the Toastmasters term. I want to bring it to our term for the benefit of our guests. It's a friendly environment where you learn public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. And for those of us who want to expand our network, as it is often said, your network is your net worth. You get to meet people. I have met a lot of lovely people in the course of my journey, just 3 years, going to 4 years. My contact is like, I can't even count. A lot of people from every part of the world, from Canada, while I'm here in Nigeria. I have met people in Canada. I have met people in US. I have met people in several places. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for this organization who has been standing. Except you will tell me there's an organization that have been for 100 years. Please, let's give it up for Toastmasters International. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today's meeting is another time for us to actually upscale our public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. But there is someone that is going to take us on a ride, and in Toastmasters Palace, we refer to that person as the Toastmaster of the day. But for the outside world, the normal word, the person is called the Master of Ceremony. This gentleman, I'm wondering how, in fact, I'm in a gog, there's a word like that, how he manages to be everywhere. I see him everywhere, and I keep wondering. I am in, will I say, wonderment, how he makes himself available. I think it's the love that he has for Toastmasters. Our Toastmaster of the day, trying to grab his bio. He's a business admin graduate, master's in criminology, and running a PhD in strategy and security studies. He has over decade experience in public sector. Joined Toastmasters in 2021. He's a facilitator coach and consultant. He's an aspiring philanthropist and the future president of Nigeria. You don't say. He's married. Please give it up for him already. He's married and they have a lovely princess. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, join me as I welcome to the spotlight our delectable, dependable, delightful, diligent Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Zachary Saliu.
Wow. Please let's give her a warm round of applause. That's the elegant president of Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club. Thank you so much for that introduction. I wasn't sure I was the person until I heard that he has a beautiful princess. Right here. So good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Are we excited to be here? Are we excited? Because we're going to learn today. We're going to have a lot of takeaways today. And we're going to be entertained with marvelous speeches. We're going to be mesmerized. And I love the fact that the Sergeant at Arms has done most of my job. He talked a lot. So if you have heard it, he talked about what Toastmasters was about, why you are here. And then he also talked about the do's and don'ts, I think. And then I love the fact that even the president touched a bit about the theme of the day. So with a show of hand, who can tell me what today's theme is? Oh, who did that to me now? Okay, we're still within context. With a show of hand, who can stand up in 1 minute or 30 seconds and tell me something about celebrating milestone? Please.
If we don't keep track of what we've done,
yes,
we may have the perception that we're achieving.
Exactly.
But if we keep track of what we've done,
exactly.
realize we can do much.
Oh my God, beautiful. Give them a round of applause. Now a lady should tell me what she feels. Oh, please, yes. Yes.
End of the year
performance appraisal period.
Yes.
He was telling me that, oh, when he submitted that, it was like, oh, you didn't put this, done this. Why is it not there? So he told me that going forward from next time, that as he's doing those things, he has to start getting down, so that by the end of the year, it will be so difficult. Really have to build things down. So I think it's about recording, like you said,
Yes.
what we have done,
Yes.
so that
Exactly. Let's give a warm round of applause. It is very, very important to note every single milestone. If today is the first time you are coming to Toastmasters meeting, record it. It's a milestone. If today is the first time that you are hearing how beautiful her husband has achieved so much and has forgotten most of them, write it down that I need to start recording so that it would resonate. I love that word. I love that word. I love that word. So because of time, as your Toastmaster of the day, she told you I'm going to be like an MC. I will ensure the smooth running of the meeting from the beginning to the end. I will ensure the smooth coming of role players as they take on their roles. So to start with the meeting today, a typical Toastmasters meeting has 3 segments. And the first segment in Victoria Bay and Seaside Toastmasters meeting for today is going to be the table topics segment, where Toastmasters and guests will have the opportunity to walk up to the lectern and answer questions impromptu and talk on questions that you have been asked. Say something, say 1 or 2 things. Feel how it is behind the lectern. How do these people do it? Is it magic? Don't they get butterflies? Don't they get scared? They just come up the lectern and they just talk. No. Sometimes we have butterflies, but we just fake it. If we have to do this every time, you will enjoy the speeches. So please, the second segment is prepared speech segment, where Toastmasters have practiced their speeches. They have written it down over time, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, some people even a day. I'm sure your speeches will be in an hour. You just write it down and you come here and you mesmerize us with your speech. And then the last segment is the one that we all love the most, the feedback session. We love it. Do you know why? I will allow a very strong Toastmaster to tell me why. Why do we love the feedback session? Yes, my sergeant at arms. Yes.
We love feedback because that is one way we could improve. Because feedback, like they say, is the breakfast of champions.
Let's give a round of applause. The feedback session has to do a lot with celebrating every milestone. Because with the feedback, you will know what you haven't done great and how you can improve on it. So let me not say much. Let me allow us enjoy that moment. But now, before we continue, we have to call a titan, a very strong Toastmaster, very powerful, intelligent, brilliant, an orator by all standards. Please join me as I will call on the general evaluator for today. But before I do that, who is our general evaluator for today? Toastmaster Olumide Akintokun works with one of the biggest financial institutions in Nigeria. He's a writer, data analyst, cricket umpire, swim coach. Wow. Past president of Eagle Toastmasters Club, the premier Toastmasters Club in Nigeria. Husband to one lovely wife and father to two adorable kids. Favorite quotes. You may read to know, but you must do to understand. Powerful. If your hands are not too busy, put your hands together for our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Olumide.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, ladies, gentlemen, guests, Toastmasters, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Once again, like I always like to say, it's a pleasure to be in any Toastmasters gathering at all, whether it's a regular meeting, whether it's a contest, anywhere you see Toastmasters gather, one thing is sure, and that thing is that you're going to learn, and not just tiny bits of knowledge. You're going to gather huge, huge deposits of knowledge from the people present in that gathering. Like I've been introduced, my job today is simple, and that is to guide a team of seasoned Toastmasters to help us to achieve one of the things we are here to achieve, and that is to get better. While you were coming here today, many of us, I can bet, you stood in front of the mirror. Why did you stand in front of the mirror? You're trying to see how you look. Did my makeup fit me? Is my makeup fitting me well? If I comb my hair well? Lash standing well on my face? Now, Steve Jobs, the late Steve Jobs of Apple, said we all need a feedback loop. That's the only way we can improve. And that feedback loop is when you stand in front of, you've done something, standing in front of the mirror, and you're giving yourself feedback. Likewise, that is why we are here. Know areas where we can improve on. Know the things you're doing well and the things you need to improve on. And to do that today, I won't be doing it alone. I will be doing it with a fantastic team of Toastmasters, like I said. I will call them up here one by one to introduce their roles to us so that we will understand what they are looking out for. So that when they come back to give us our reports, we will all be following them. The first person on my list in Toastmasters, we call the person grammarian. And to play the grammarian for us today is a PR manager who loves exploring different cultures, cooking, trying new recipes. Vice President Public Relations Officer of Victoria Bay Toastmasters. Favorite quote is, success is not final, failure is not fatal. Courage to continue that counts. That quote is by Winston Churchill. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring with me to the lecture our grammarian for today. Valero.
Oh.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
So I'll introduce what my role is. I'm going to be a grammarian today, and in this role, I will be introducing our word of the day, which is agog. And agog, the full meaning is full of intense interest or excitement. Synonyms include eager, excited, impatient, in suspense, on tenterhooks. Examples of the word used in a sentence. That was the year the Twilight movie was going to come out, and the kids were all agog with all things vampire. Second example is there was this student now, all agog to spread some delectable things. So what I will be doing is looking out during the session and taking comments that is being used, how correct the word is used in the sentence, and at the end of the session, with a report on who is most high. I will also be looking out for other words and how they use today. So without further ado, I will let everyone get on with the talk about today's session.
Thank you very much, Madam Grammarian. Where the microphone for the benefit of online audience. I apologize to you, the online audience, if you've not been carried along. So you've heard it. That is what our grammarian will be doing for us today. And I am agog to listen to the very beautifully prepared speeches that we're going to be listening to today. The second role player on my team is the person who will be helping us to manage the most important currency in life. That's time. And to do that for us today is a health underwriter and actuarial analyst passionate about universal health coverage. He's a Toastmasters Triple Award winner. And his name, your hands are not busy, please bring it with me to the lectern, Toastmaster Kudus Adebayo.
Oh. Thank you. All right. Thank you. As I have been introduced, today I will be the timer. And as we can all see, we are a little bit behind. So because of that, maybe a little bit later. So the role players, bear with me when you see cards flashing out of here. We are going to, for today's meeting, we are going to have speeches. We will have an icebreaker speech. For the icebreaker speech, it's going to be between 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, you'll see the green card. At 5 minutes, you'll see the yellow card. At 6 minutes, you see the red card. Then we have other speeches, which will go between 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, the green card. At 6 minutes, the yellow card. At 7 minutes, you see the red card. For evaluation of these speeches, this should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2, green. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, the yellow card. At 3 minutes, you will see the red card. Then we have the table topic session. This will be between 1 to 2 minutes. At 1, I'll show you the green cards. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, the yellow. While at 2 minutes, you see the red card. When you see the red card, that does not mean you have to run out. You have 30 seconds to wrap up. Or please after that 30 seconds, just go. Thank you very much. And at the end of this meeting, I'll come back here to tell us how we have managed our time. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Our next role player is someone who will be helping us with eloquence, because there's a difference between speaking and speaking well. And you may be seeing Toastmaster Abibat Oyeni on the agenda, but she's unavoidably absent. So someone else will. She's here. Oh, interesting. And is she ready to take the role? Is she ready? Okay. She is a software engineer and has a strong passion for personal growth. Outside of coding, she enjoys good food and values making new connections and friendships that enrich our broad spectrum of interests. She joined Toastmasters to improve our leadership and communication skills, and I can bet that she's meeting those objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me our counter for the day, Toastmaster Abibat Oyeni. A round of applause.
Okay. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
As rightly introduced, I'm the counter for today. And my job is simply listen to all speakers for filler words. Words like you know, and some kind of repetition. At the end of this meeting or at the end of the evaluation, I'll come back on stage and give back my report. I'll encourage everyone to try and avoid false filler as much as you can. Because when we use false fillers, it's most likely in situations where we speak faster than we are thinking. So I'll encourage us to use I encourage us to use false purposefully. It makes our speeches more powerful and it exudes confidence. Thank you very much.
See, it takes getting used to. All right, thank you very much, Madam Counter, for the explanation of your role. An Irish playwright, George Bernard Shaw, once said that the single biggest problem with communication is the illusion that it has taken place. We can all stand here and be talking, meanwhile, you're not even hearing what people are saying. So to help us develop our listening skills, we have a role player that will help build the culture of listening. And in Toastmasters, we call the person listening evaluator. And to play the role for us today, we have already met her. So I will not bother reading her introduction again. But please, with a warm round of applause, bring back with me to the lectern the president of Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Justin.
I didn't use this the first time. I'm sorry. Guest on the virtual spotlight. Thank you very much, Diligent General Evaluator. As earlier said, I will be serving as your listening evaluator. There's a quote by Larry King, CNN. I remind myself every morning, nothing I say this day will teach me anything. So if I am going to learn, I must do it by listening. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, during the evaluation segment, I'll be called upon to test our listening skills. And how am I going to do this? I'll be putting down some very trivial questions. I will encourage us to listen at the course of the meeting because people feel very, very respected when we listen to what they have said. And I'm sure that I will be in agog at the responses we'll be providing at the course of that delivery. Thank you, and it's back to you, the General Evaluator, Toastmaster Olumide.
So you have ready, ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests. That is what my team and I will be doing here today at the meeting. And at the end of the meeting, we'll be back to provide feedback and give recommendations on areas we feel we can all improve. To move us on with the meeting, I'll invite the Toastmaster of the day back to the lectern, Toastmaster Sakai. A round of applause.
You cannot tell me that that round of applause was for Toastmaster Olumide. Yes, we are feeling agog, full of excitement. I will encourage us to use the word of the day while we are behind the lectern. With every milestone that I have come across, there's always been a little note at the bottom that says, don't worry, there's a milestone coming up. With every little achievement that you have made, there is always room for more. There is always room for more. If today you are celebrating your own, tomorrow celebrate your wife's own. Next tomorrow, celebrate your neighbor's own. Church, celebrate your pastor's achievements. Celebrate your neighbor's achievements. Whoever it is, celebrate Nigeria's achievements. Don't celebrate our price fuel hike. Don't celebrate that one. That needs no celebrating. But let's pray for Dangote that he reduces the price anyway. So I'm so excited to continue with the program for today. Sorry, I told you that we're going to start with table topics. My apologies. We're starting with prepared speech. We're starting with the prepared speech segment. So the first speech is going to be an icebreaker. After every icebreaker, we are supposed to stand up and give the icebreaker a standing ovation. So after that speech, please let's all stand up and give him a standing ovation. And then I want to enjoin us that if somebody calls on the word of today, let's try this. Let's stamp of our feet. Agog. Come on, let's try it. Agog. Agog. Yes, it's always exciting when somebody just calls it and then we stamp our feet. So let's move quickly because of time so that we don't overshoot time. Okay, I would like to call on the evaluator for the first speaker. Okay, prepared speech evaluator. Okay, the first evaluator for the first speaker is Toastmaster Babatunde Abdulganiyu, a DTM, joined Toastmasters in 2012 after visiting several clubs for 11 months. I have a friend who is a serial guest. So you have found your second. He is a past president of Ale Toastmasters Club, past and charter president, Victoria Bay, awesome. Past area director, area 17. First DTM in Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club. So many milestones. Lover and fervent fan of Liverpool Football Club, founder and creative director, Halal Theatre Nigeria. He's a simple, complex social entrepreneur. Simple, yet complex social entrepreneur. He will explain that when he comes. Mantra is from Socrates. You cannot know thyself if you don't know thyself. Mantra from Socrates. You cannot know thyself if you don't know thyself. Please, if your hands are not too busy, join them as we give him a thunderous round of applause as he comes to the lectern. Oh, okay. He's online.
Yes, I'm on the virtual lectern.
Thank you. So please carry on. It's a pleasure
Thank you
meeting you.
so much. Please confirm you can hear and see me.
Okay.
Please.
Yes, we can
Okay.
hear and see you loud and clear.
All right. Thank you very much. My duty today is to evaluate Toastmaster Titilayo Esther Amo. She will be speaking from the presentation mastery pathways, a speech objective. It's an icebreaker, level 1, project 1. The speech title is How Our Experiences Shape Our Lives. She has 4 to 6 minutes. Because it's a icebreaker, I wouldn't want to bore you with say this is what she needs to achieve, that's what she needs to achieve. But the major goal for every icebreaker is she needs to be able to be comfortable speaking in front of a crowd. So, Master Titilayo, break a leg. Thank you.
Now let's meet our first speaker. Our first speaker is a finance analyst and the treasurer of Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club who loves listening to podcasts and reading books. Her favorite quote is, sorry? Okay. Her favorite quote is, the unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates. Please join me in welcoming our first speaker, Toastmaster Titilayo Esther Amao. Oh, break a leg. Oh, sorry.
Okay. So every moment of our lives, our experience shape us. But we can't allow our experience to be our be all and do all. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Titilayo Amo. So let me first start by saying I was not agog to hear that there will be no table topics before I came on, but it's fine. So every day of our lives, our experiences shape us. They shape our thoughts, our actions, our judgments, whether consciously or subconsciously. For me, my experience, I would say, growing up shaped my life in various ways that this speech will not even be enough to accommodate. So I'll focus on two, if I'm able to put in, how it shaped my financial habits and how it shaped, I think, the person I am today. So starting with my financial habits, growing up, I observed that the older I grew, the less money we had, or let me say, the lower the financial stability that we had. So growing up, the schools that we went to, always, from good schools, like that, to secondary school. And I'll always ask, so why are we changing schools? And the answer will be, that school is too expensive. We can't afford it anymore. And I always wondered, so why is it that our neighbors can still afford to take their children to that school? And it's not as if my parents are not working. They were working, but what was the problem? So I always had this question. I always asked questions growing up about money. And I always got beaten most times because my parents were not agog to hear those kind of questions. So I just learned to forget about it and just move on as the flow. But coming back to present times, between last year and this year, we all know how the economy has been. And it gave me flashbacks to when we were growing up that, oh, I see that inflation may have been number one reason why some of these things happened. But I knew it was not only inflation because other people were also, like I said, their children, our neighbors' children were still going to our school, but we had to change to a cheaper school, a less expensive school, let me put it that way. So growing up, there was no TV, or let me say we're not allowed to watch much TV. There was no internet when I was growing up. But like I said, I used to ask questions, but most of these questions were left unanswered. But one thing I noticed is that it piqued my interest in learning about finances, managing your finances. So when I grew up, when I started going to school, any little change I had, I went to bookshops. I started picking up books about finances that, my mates didn't understand where I was coming from, but I knew the thing is that knowing that where I was coming from, I didn't want that to repeat itself for myself when I was growing up. I can also relate this to very recently, even in marriage. My husband would say, oh, let's go on this trip. I said, no, we can't go on this trip now. Why? We cannot, because we have the money now, does not mean we can afford it. At what risk are we doing this? At what expense? What is the opportunity cost? All these things keep coming to my mind. So to just cut the long story short, I realized that my financial habits, I learned to be very prudent. I learned to be very prudent growing up.
And even this financial crisis that we have now, I can tell you that I was not really affected. A lot of people find it difficult, to realize, but I realized that wealth is not what you see. It's in the investment and the assets, that you have. And I try to still school my parents on, because realize that going to Owambe, buying a Shwebi and all those stuff, fine, may be able to afford it now, but at what expense? You understand? So growing up, that I can say affected me financially. My financial habits, I was able to put my resources together, make sure that no matter what happens, I'm not affected to a large extent by the economy, as the case may be, or inflation. So I would end with this, because I don't have much time anymore. I can see the red flashing. Life can only be truly understood backward, but we must leave it forward. Learn from the mistakes of the past, learn from the mistake of our parents, to give ourselves, a better future. Thank you very much.
All right, let's do it properly. Let's stand up. Come here. Give a standing ovation. You may have a seat. Wasn't that a wonderful speech? One thing that you cannot take away from Toastmasters Titilayo is her courage. How bold she is to share her personal life story with us. Please, let's give a warm round of applause to our parents. No matter the challenge, they ensured that we were still in school. Yes. No matter the challenge, even when the schools were getting lower and lower, they ensured you still go to school. We never knew what they were going through until now that we are grown and we have our own kids. Please, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We have learned so much, even though there are no tips, but they will come later on. Okay, so for our second evaluator, the bio of the second evaluator. Yes, please come up. Thank you. No. Yes, on my phone. Sorry, just a minute while we grab the bio of the evaluator. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very kindly. Are we excited?
Yes.
Are we agog for our second speech? This is no icebreaker, so we should be ready for something extremely detailing and more robust. The evaluator of our second speaker is none other than Toastmaster Mariam. Okay. She is a supply chain professional, currently working at an energy company. Her interests, hobbies are music, traveling, and reading. She joined Seaside to improve her leadership, communication, and public speaking skills. If your hands are not too busy, please let's welcome Toastmaster Miriam Okay as our second evaluator. Is she online? Okay, please let's have a spotlight. Okay, so should we quickly move to the third? No, the icebreaker is only one for today. Should we move to the third quickly? Okay, when she comes, then we have that one later. Okay. Oh, sorry. Can you quickly open it? Kudus. Apologies, little glitches like this always. Little glitches like this always come up. Yes. Okay, so we are taking our third speaker for today, and his evaluator or his or her evaluator is Toastmaster Sunday Otutu. Is a Toastmasters trained storyteller, a Triple Crown awardee, and a division champion for international speech contest. Wow. He is a petroleum engineer and the president of Total Energies Toastmasters Club Lagos. Aside being a cake lover and fitness enthusiast, he believes strongly in leadership by influence. If your hands are not too busy, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Sunday Otutu. Toastmaster Sunday Otutu, you have the virtual lesson. Is he online? Okay.
Please confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so very kindly. Apologies, I can't turn on my video for now. Toastmaster Chidalu or Kabekram, sure I got that. If I not, please feel free to send your lawyers to me. I will apologize. Okay, she will be giving a speech from the presentation Mastery Pathway. The speech is for 5 to 7 minutes. And the idea about this speech is in two parts. It's a level 4. The speech is in 3 parts actually, and 3 folds. It's called Evaluation and Feedback Project. The project is such that the speaker will give a first speech and receive feedback from that speech. With the feedback, he or she is to prepare another speech, including the feedback she has received. And then the third leg of that project is to practice giving feedback in a Toastmasters meeting. For today, Toastmaster Chidal will be giving the first part of this project, and the title of our speech is The Struggles of Adulthood. Toastmasters and guests will be looking for a well-prepared speech and looking for the basics of public speaking that Toastmaster Chidalu must have learned in her journey in Toastmaster. I'm excited and I'm looking forward to an exciting speech. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Round of applause. Are we all adored for our third speech?
Yes, we are.
Oh, awesome. Are you the only one?
Yes.
Okay. Our third speaker is a young mom, an entrepreneur who has a passion for self-development and growth. she joined Toastmasters International with the goal of acquiring skill to become a great public speaker and leader. If join me in welcoming Toastmaster Chidalu Okabekwa. Our first speaker for today. Apologies if I don't get that right. Okay. Oh yes, the mic. Thank you.
Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. My fellow strugglers and my resilient adults. Today, I'll be talking about a topic that can be a crisis to all of us, and that is adulting. Who is an adult? Well, an adult is a human being like you and I that has mastered the art of procrastination and still manages to meet deadlines. Funny, isn't it? Well, here's a fun fact. Did you know that 97.3% of adults find it so difficult to wake up in the morning, and the remaining 2.7% are simply robots? Well, in case you are here and you're not quite sure if you're an adult or not, I'm going to be sharing 3 struggles that is going to prove that you are truly an adult. The first one is the morning struggle. So have you ever woken up in the morning only to realize that you forgot to pull off your work clothes, your work shoes, and your wig because you were too tired from the previous work of the previous day? As a result of this, you fell into a very deep sleep that took you to heaven and brought you back. Or are you one of those people that hold your breakfast in one hand and your coffee cups in the other hand while you're running to the bus stop to catch the next bus? Well, if your answer to any of these questions is yes, then you're definitely an adult. The second one is the financial struggle. So this simply means putting your priorities, your responsibilities, and quote unquote, your bills first before anything else. This also means setting aside those few pleasures and enjoyments just so that you sort out 1 or 2 bills or problems, as the case may be. Or perhaps you have a privilege and you use that as an opportunity cost to offset some priorities. I'm going to give you a brief illustration. So my dad built his first ever mansion at the age of 41. And how did he achieve this? So when he was working, his company often sent him out on company or official business trips. And he would save his flight ticket allowance just so that he can go by road. And sometimes he spends the night on the road. And this was because of the bad road network that we had in those days. So before I go further, in case you are here and you're thinking of attempting to go by road when you have flight ticket money, please do not attempt it. Nigeria is not safe and the roads are not safe either. Thank you. So back to what I'm saying. He saves his hotel allowances just so that he can have some change to buy a few blocks every week to complete his house. It will interest you to know that I just got back from my dad's house last week. I went with my kids to spend the midterm holiday. And I will tell you for free that my dad's house is magnificent. It's so beautiful. Thank you. Anyway, what am I trying to say? You know, he would have decided to fly first class or lodge in the 5-star hotels, but he had priorities and he needed to put them first. Or perhaps you are here and you've been thinking of investing in your personal development skills, such as joining the Toastmasters Club, but the bills are choking you like this. Anyway, if you're in such similar situations and you understand what I'm saying, then you're definitely an adult. The third and the final one is the social struggle. So permit me to take us back a few years for those that were in the university and their second name was the life of the party. If you're not in class, you're either chilling with your friends at a bar or a club. You were an extrovert, you were a social butterfly, you were an outsider. Well, not until the crisis of adulthood snuck in like a thief in the night and kidnapped you. Right now, your favorite place to be is your bedroom. Well, I'm sure you'll be asking, okay, all these struggles, what is the solution? Well, there's no solution to adulthood, unfortunately, but I can share 3 tips that could actually help you in your adulthood journey. The first one is you need to learn how to manage your finances. You need to prioritize your needs or your wants. The second one is you need to surround yourself with positive people, supportive network. Surround yourself with supportive friends, supportive family members, and supportive mentors, as the case may be. And the last and the most important of all is you need to take care of yourself. Exercise regularly, eat a healthy diet, and rest. This cannot be overemphasized. Well, I'm going to leave you with 2 options now. Option 1, go home, take a very chilled glass of wine, enjoy it, and lock yourself in your room if you need to, and enjoy some peaceful, well-deserving sleep. Or get a call from your best friend. Let me use an example. Maybe I'll use TM Ebube. So maybe TM Ebube's best friend just calls and said, hi, TM Ebube, I have 2 tickets to the Wizkids concert happening live at Echo Hotel tonight. So which option would you go for? Well, I'll be a god to go for option 1. I don't know. Anyway, in addition, adulting is very difficult, but we are all in this together. Prince Churchill once said that the price of greatness is responsibility. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, sometimes let us tap ourselves on the back because being an adult is not easy. But remember, always ask for help when you really need it. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Yes, that was so lovely. I just wanted you to continue. Like, he should just stop raising those cards. So who can remember what she said about the... I'm sure I remember. Which one do you remember? Which one do you remember? Just give us one. Okay. One. What? That is the one I wanted us to remember. The wine that was just, the whole speech ended with the wine. Once you reach that wine, I stopped listening. And I continued imagining that, okay, before I leave this hall today, she'll be my friend, and then she'll give me that call, and then she'll send me the Wizkid tickets. And then on our way going there, she'll give me the bottle of wine. Like, okay, done. Now I'm fully an adult. The wine and then the Wizkid. Yes. So let's give her a warm round of applause. Thank you so much for those tips. Okay, yes. I forgot a very important that we need to do. We need to give evaluations, personal evaluations. We have, how many speakers have we had today? Okay, so please, for the first speaker and the third speaker, let's check. We have evaluation sheets. Thank you. We have evaluation sheets going around or have been given to us. So please, this is the first speaker and this is the third speaker. Yes, you don't have to write much. We have a way of giving evaluations in Toastmasters International. DRC method, the sandwich method. You commend, you recommend, and you comment again. Do we understand? Commend, recommend, and comment again. So you can say, I love the fact that you talked about the wine. It was so interesting. Recommend, please bring a wine next time. Comment again, don't forget that wine. You know, so something like that, but not exactly. Just comment half of what she did and then recommend that something you thought if you had added to that speech would have made it lovely. And then you comment again by saying, thank you so much. Keep giving us wonderful speeches like that. So let's move on quickly to, okay, yes, and our second evaluator is back. Hello, Mariam, okay, are you there with us?
Yes, apologies. I was thrown out of the by the network.
No problem. We're all waiting for you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So let's quickly have your, okay. Our evaluator, the second evaluator, Mariam, okay. Okay, I have read her bio. Okay, so please go ahead and tell us the speech objectives of the second speaker, because I've read your bio earlier. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. And thank you everyone for your patience. So today I am going to be evaluating Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye's speech, and he's speaking from the Presentation Mastery Pathway. The title of his speech is Value, Money, in that order. That is an interesting title. I could not wait to see what you're going to deliver today. The duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and it's level 1, project 2. The purpose of this project is for him to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose. So we're looking forward to a well-presented and a well-organized speech. And I will be back at the end of the meeting when we are doing evaluation to give my report. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
So after every speech, I was supposed to call for 1 minute from the timer to ensure that we give our evaluations. Have we given our evaluations? Okay, beautiful. So the next one we'll quickly go on to. The second speaker is a seasoned architect and a founder of Design Catalog Limited, a Nigerian-based firm delivering top-notch architectural and project management services across Africa. With a passion for creative, ethical, and high standards design, Olusegun brings over a decade of experience to the table, holding degrees from Obafemi Awolowo University and University of Lagos, plus a certificate in entrepreneurial management. He's built a reputation for contemporary and modern designs that prioritize simplicity and boldness. Olusegun contributes to industry growth through mentorship and community engagement, and in his free time enjoys billiards, socializing, and envisioning innovative projects. Socializing and envisioning innovative projects. Please, let's do good to welcome Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye.
Okay, I'm agog to be here. In the words of the greatest physicists that ever walked on the surface of the earth, it said, try not to become a person of success, but rather become a person of value. I want to ask you today, do you focus on making money or you focus on value? That's something I want you to think about. Now, I'll have some comparison. Money is fleeting. Money is ephemeral. Money is temporal. You can lose money quick and you can gain it quick. You can gain money from inheritance. You can play Bet Naija and you can get money, right? They can gift you money. If they gift you in the millions or the billions, it means you are rich at that point. But trust me, anything can take away that money at any point. But on the other hand, there's value. Value is solid. Value is layered, almost like the strata, the mountain thing they used to teach us in geography back then, layered over time and is solid. So value is something that I would want you to think about. Now, let me draw a correlation. Money chases value anywhere value goes. If value is at the end of the earth, money will chase value to that point. So it's safe to say that money is a byproduct of value, almost the way petroleum jelly is a byproduct of refined crude oil, right? I'll tell you something. I'll tell you a personal story. I had a friend back in school, a very smart guy, a very sharp guy, one of those people that they are ahead of their time. And one thing he told us back then was that he was going to go into construction, even though we were studying architecture back then. So he went into construction with little or no training. And over time, he was ahead of us. A lot of classmates, they were a bit jealous and all of that. And over time, we realized that he went up a bit. He made some money, but the company crashed. And because he's a smart guy, he started again, and it was that back and forth movement. And gradually his reputation started dwindling, and even amongst his clientele. And trust me, at some point, the level of work that I used to get started reducing. He's still kind of struggling, but he's a smart guy. I hope one day that he will get there. Now, on the other hand, my humble self, I decided back in school that I was going to train for just 1 year. I used to think I was very smart because I was like I used to get A in my design courses. Now, it will interest you to know that the first meeting I ever entered or ever sat in, because I decided to work with one of the best architectural firms in Lagos. The first meeting I ever sat in was a colossal mess. Excuse my language. I didn't even understand what was going on. I was asking, is this still architecture? Like, is this what they taught us in school? And my boss told me back then that I should hold on. I should just take a bit of time that I would understand later. Ladies and gentlemen, I moved my timeline from 1 year to 3 years and eventually to 5 years. And what was I doing? I was soaking in knowledge. I was trying to soak in as much value as I could. Even with little or nothing in terms of, I can call it stipends. I don't want to say the amount in case my boss watches this on YouTube at some point. So when I finished tutelage in 2018, I started my firm. And I'll tell you that immediately I started my firm, I realized something. I was almost a magnet for clients. Clients kept coming and they were very ready to exchange money for that value. And I kept giving that value. And I'll tell you that today we're almost 10 years at Design Catalog, and it's been a success story ever since. I think I deserve a round of applause. All right, so I told you the story for anyone here that your focus is not on value. Maybe we're all in Nigeria. You have your head first in stuck in this economic quagmire, if Dangote is selling at Naira value or at dollar value and all of that. I want you to shift your focus today and focus on value. And how can you do that? Let me just give you some simple tips. Pick a timeline, say 12 months. and pick a skill, a sellable skill, not just anyhow skill, please, a sellable skill, and decide that you're going to go hard on that skill. You will do whatever it takes on that skill to make sure that you either become a thought leader or you become someone to be reckoned with, either through books, audio books, going for training, paying for training. Just ensure that you do that. Now, you do that for one skill, then you go back and repeat. It's called rinse and repeat. Now, after 5 years, look at yourself and look at the previous 5 years and where you have been. I'm sure you'll be celebrating milestones at that point, and you'll be agog. So I'll close by saying this. Be a person of value. Value is like insurance. That's my quote. Value is like insurance, right? And if you lose money, you would always have that value internally to always attract that money back. So I'll charge you today as I close that be a person of value, because it doesn't only change your life, it changes the life of everybody around you, because you will be able to influence them positively. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You have so much value. Let's give him one round of applause. I love when people speak, they dress the part, they look the part, they exude the part. Thank you so much, Mr. Value. We have learned a lot from you. Please, let's take time in 30 seconds while I continue. You give him his feedback. Comment, recommend, and comment again. So quickly, I will call on to the fourth evaluator for our final speaker for today. Are we excited? Are we still ready to hear the last speech? Yes. Everybody's going to come with something different. Be ready. The fourth evaluator for today has been a member of Toastmasters since 2012. He's married with 2 children. He is the current president of Luminous Toastmasters Club. He is the past club growth director for Division F and a Triple Crown Award winner. He is a network marketer and an investor who loves to read, dance, draw, play volleyball, and meet people. Wow. All in one person. That's awesome. So please, let's do well to welcome our Toastmaster John Onumina, or Onuminya. Did I say that correctly? Yes. Apologies. Please, let's welcome Toastmasters John. Thank you. Oh, yes. Apologies.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. I have the privilege of evaluating the final speaker for the prepared speeches. Our final speaker is delivering a speech from the Pathway Persuasive Influence, Level 2, Project 3, 5 to 7 minutes, titled Child. And the objectives is for the speaker to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The speaker can tell us an aspect of their previous experience as a protege. After listening to the first 3 speakers, I'm agog to know if this speech will have anything to do with money. Toastmaster Kenneth, I don't know if you're going to shock me either to the right or to the left, but I'm keenly paying attention. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. When you see a master at work, Toastmaster John, when he just came here, the mic, then thank you. Thank you. Went excellently. Thank you, sir. We're learning from you. Okay, so quickly, are we done with that evaluation? Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay, quickly, Our last but not the least speaker for today is I was given his new bio. I think the better version. Yes. Our last speaker is an inspiring public speaker, health care leader, and an entrepreneur with an insatiable love for learning. His favorite quote by Nnamdi Kenneth is learning to learn is the best way to earn. Learning to learn is the best way to earn. Please, let's welcome Toastmaster Kenneth Iwaje as our fourth speaker. Oh, he's online. Okay. Toastmaster Kenneth, you have the virtual lesson, please.
Know thyself is a common statement. But there's also a statement that there are three parts of every human being. There's the part that you know about yourself and no one else does. There's the part that everybody, including yourself, knows about you. But there's a part that other people can see that you cannot see. And the Persian proverb goes thus: he who knows not and knows not that he knows not is a fool. Leave him. But he who knows not and knows that he knows not is a child. Teach him. The Toastmaster of the day, intending Toastmasters, guests, and fellow children like myself. I'm far from adulting. I'd like to share with you my experience of Toastmasters mentoring from three wise men who were my three mentors at different stages of my development in Toastmasters. And it taught me three things: structure, content, and context. So now when we talk about structure of a speech, it's what makes a speech flow, is what helps it become memory. And that is what my first wise man taught me. This was in August 2017 when I met my first wise man. He was about 5'10" tall. He had this brown skin and wore these old glasses. He was stern, firm, and gentle at the same time. And his words to me were, "Kenneth, how can I help you?" And I said to him, "Sir, I can speak, but nobody remembers what I say because I gave a speech at school and they destroyed all the property. And all I said was peaceful protest." And with this calmness in his voice, he said to me, "I understand where you're coming from." Felt this empathic touch. I was a dog, but confused. What would he say next? And his words to me were thus: to give a speech, you need to know three things. There is an introduction, there's a body, and there's a conclusion. The introduction captures attention. The body says why you captured our attention. And then the conclusion gives a call to action. Just like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I delivered my icebreaker, and I can still hear the smittering, shattering sound of ice when I delivered it at the prestigious Eagles Toastmasters Club. It was a hit back to back. So yes, I had mastered the art of structure thanks to the first wise man. To the next topic, content. Now, the second wise man was quite different from the first. And some of you might know him. He sounds like this. "How can I help you?" And I'm like, I had prepared my speech, but there's something that doesn't feel right about it because this was speech 6 in the legacy path, which talked about using words to create images in people's minds. And he said, "Present your speech to me, Kenneth." And I said, I pretty much presented it. And he captured 2 lines. The first one was the sound as it eats on its prey. The second was happiness is taken away. And then he asked me a question: "Kenneth, what is the sound of a monster like?" I said, "It growls." He said, "Good. Where do people keep their happiness?" I said, "In their souls." "Kenneth, could you reconsider that?" And then I changed my sentence in a moment. It became, You can hear it growl as it feeds on the soul of his prey. Ladies and gentlemen, I delivered that speech. And for 5 seconds, there was utter silence in the audience. It felt like an eternity. And then suddenly, the Toastmaster of the day stood up and said to me, Kenneth, you did this to me. She stretched her forearm to me, and I could see goose flesh all over it. The speech that was just mere words had become images, feelings, and changes in somebody's skin just because of the magic of mentoring. So now I had mastered the art of structure. I had captured the concept of content. And now I was going for my first Toastmasters contest. I had a couple of speeches in mind, but what I didn't have was context. And context pretty much says, who is listening to your speech? Who is your audience? The next thing I did was I approached a Toastmaster, some fly guy wearing a blue suit. I'm like, I have 2 speeches, I don't know what to do. And it was silent for like 5 seconds and said to me, customer is king. In the moment, I understood what he meant, that my speech was for the audience, not for myself. And then I looked into the audience and I saw a few beer parlor colleagues, and I knew you had to give a speech about alcohol. Ladies and gentlemen, I delivered that speech and got a thunderous applause. So now what is this all about? I had 3 wise men who taught me 3 things: structure, content, and context. But they were only able to teach me because I was vulnerable like a child. So ladies and gentlemen, you can learn anything. You just have to learn like a child. The Toastmaster of the day.
What is happening? Did you enjoy that speech? Or do you want money? Okay, please. At the bottom part here is the ballot. So let's vote for the better speaker out of all the 4 speakers. So please, we have the ballot here. Just cut it out and let's vote for the better speaker out of the speakers. And now, are we excited? Are we agog? Do we know what session is going to happen now? Table topic session, where Toastmasters and guests have the opportunity to stand here and answer questions impromptu on their feet to learn the basic of speeches. For giving speeches, a basic speech should have an opening, a body, and a closure. So to take that session, to anchor that session, sorry. Huh? Okay, the area director. Yes. Okay. Mr. Area Director, my apologies. Let me introduce. Okay, I think I have. Yes. Our area director will be giving us 1 or 2. Okay. Will giving us 1 or 2 nuggets for today. We are excited to have him or her in our midst. Okay, ha. Thank you. Toastmaster Ibinabo Oyibo. I hope I said it correctly. My apologies. Is a travel enthusiast, hiker, and motorcyclist. Wow. Wow, that's powerful. Hiker and motorcyclist. Wow, that person must be very adventurous. Who has climbed the highest mountain in Nigeria? Gangjigwal, Chapadadi, Africa, Kilimanjaro. What? Climbing Kilimanjaro? And you're still surviving? That is a great milestone. And the Mountain Everest base camp. Wow. She is the area director and immediate past president at Total Energies Toastmasters Club. Don't you love Toastmasters International? Look at how you meet people like this. People that have climbed the highest mountains on earth, and they are still here on the ground with us. Oh, please, let's, with a thunderous round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Ibinavo.
Thank you. Please confirm online if you can hear me.
Loud and clear. We can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I'm agog to be here today. Thank you. I needed that. Okay, I will begin by asking 2 questions. What does your perfect club look like? I need responses from 2 people, a Toastmaster who is over 6 months old and an intended Toastmaster or one who has just recently joined. Show of hands, please. Yes, TM John.
Not necessarily looks like, but it's a place I want to keep going back to. Does that sort of answer your question?
Close enough, yes. What about an intended Toastmaster or someone who's just recently joined? I'll call a name if you don't speak up, because I know there's someone here who's about to join. Dem Chiwe, what does your ideal club look like?
Where, I don't know. What's where now? Maybe something better.
Yeah, she knows already. Secondly, what does your ideal meeting look like? The same, I need a Toastmaster who has been Toastmaster for over 6 months and an intended Toastmaster. Your ideal meeting. Thank you, Tiamabue. Yes, what does that look like to you? Thank you very much. Thank you. And yes, what's your name, please? Okay.
Share principles on how to and also invite me.
Thank you. Show of hands, I am agog at these responses, and they depict a typical and ideal Toastmasters club and meeting. For me, the perfect club or meeting environment is one where all the role players are decided on time. In fact, the VP doesn't even need to beg anyone to play a role. Everyone is available for contests. Membership dues are paid on time. I know a lot of people are smiling now. You know what I'm saying all this. Intending Toastmasters or guests are welcomed warmly the minute they pass through those doors. And evaluations are on point. Evaluations that everyone here, whether you're a proficient speaker or you have glossophobia, can take away something from it. But that's not the case in every Toastmasters club or meeting. But that's okay, actually. It doesn't have to be. If it was perfect, we would not have the opportunity to grow. This is why we're here as Toastmasters, to get not just to become proficient communicators, but to practice our leadership skills. I thought I had 5 minutes. Okay. So imagine if you didn't have to encourage someone, to mentor the person, to inform them of Toastmasters. Imagine if you were in that environment, you wouldn't have the opportunity to practice. There's something that we normally do in biking. When someone starts riding, we usually provide an environment for the person to fall. You're made to fall deliberately. You fall, you get up, and you pick up the bike. So imagine picking up 150 kilograms of bike on purpose. The idea, though, is not because we love falling down or causing pain to ourselves. No. The idea is that when we're out on the road, when it's dangerous, you have practiced these skills in a safe environment. You already know what to do. It's instinctive. And that's what Toastmasters provides for us, a safe, secure environment to practice our communication skills. I know a lot of focus is on the communication skill, but the leadership part is a huge part of it. In summary, I would say that being in Toastmasters, it isn't just about communication. It's an opportunity to mentor people, to hold their hands, to network, to meet individuals, to learn on a daily basis. Please always seek that opportunity whenever it calls. Do not wait to be asked. Whether it's to go to contest, we have a contest on November 30th. It's a divisions contest. We have representatives from Seaside and the different clubs in the area. If you're free, please show up and encourage different contestants. I will end this by saying that we look forward to seeing everyone grow in their pathways journey, and please try to encourage your club officers. Thank you, the TMOD.
I don't know who that clapping was for, but let's give her her own now. If you want to climb Mount Everest, keep your hands. If you are hopeful to shake hands with someone that has been on Kilimanjaro, thank you so much. Thank you so much, wonderful audience. Thank you so much. It's good. Online audience, are you ready? Okay, I'm sure they are. They have been muted. Okay, now quickly to table topics. And our table topics master is online. She is waiting for us and getting ready to start. Table. Oh, she's here? Oh, my apologies. My apologies. Okay. Toastmaster Hannah Afolabi, whose nickname is Annie Berry. You must have loved berries. Annie Berry is a customer experience personnel. She is the sergeant at arms at Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club. Her favorite quote is, "Never let the fear of failure stop you from trying." Please, let's welcome Toastmaster Hannah with a warm round of applause. Welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Hannah Afolabi, and I'm going to take the table topic section. It's the impromptu question, and I'm really going to be fast about it. So I won't take so much of our time. I know most of us shy away from this segment because it puts up on our feet. But that's what Toastmasters is about, trying to get better and getting better even as we speak. So I have 6 questions with me, and the
First one should be taken by a Toastmaster to show the guests how it will be taken. So do you have any volunteers? Okay. Question 1 to 6.
Question 3.
Okay, question 3 goes like this. What are you most proud of?
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
What am I most proud of? It's an interesting question. For me, a whole lot of things to be proud of, but I am usually proud of one thing. No matter the challenges life throws at me, no matter how bad things become, unless I am critically very sick, even when I am sick, I always used to eat. You know, growing up, we used to pray when our siblings are sick and you give them, that time our mommy will buy lots of things for them. And you'll be like, mommy said I should give you this biscuit, but you are not fine. Hope you will not eat it. He said, I don't feel like eating. And mommy, he's not eating. No, he said, okay, we're going to eat it now. I say, thank you very much. So that's what I do. But when I am sick, people will look after me. They don't have to enjoy anything. Because even when I'm sick, I will eat. And that is just what I am always proud of. And the interesting thing about it is in being proud of myself, in eating food and everything I do, I always used to remind myself that at the end of the day, it's not always about me. It's not always about the fact that I need to eat. Sometimes I like the food, I want to eat it, but I see that some people have not eaten. I will now be considerate. And that's what I am proud of. Thank you very much. And back to you.
Thank you very much. I would remember to take your food next time so that you give me. Okay, a little bit told me we have some guests among us. Now that we have seen how it is done, I would want to call on the guests we have in the house. Mr. Wale Oyekoya. I like that you're wearing it. Okay, I have question 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, question 5 says, where do you want to go to from where you are right now?
Well, first of all, I'm very, very, very agog to be here. And I'm going to deviate a little bit from the norms that you guys do, and I hope you guys will allow me to. At this stage in my life, it's not making money that matters to me anymore, but to be a mentor to a mentee who really wants to grow. And the reason why I say that is, I remember 18 years ago, my son is 33 years now, but 18 years ago, when he was in high school, he went to all boys school. And I see him, they have this leadership traits in him. But I do not know how to develop him. But fortunately for me, the school that he went to back in the States, during the summertime, they have these classes just for leadership speaking, just like this. And I said, son, I'm going to enroll you in this during the summertime. And he said, Dad, why are you wasting your money? I can speak. And I said, yes, son, I know you can speak, but there's always room for improvements, right? So I enrolled him. And now if you see my son, when he starts speaking, you'll be like, you want to hear the next sentence that he's going to say, because he's just so full of himself, confident, and, he works for AT&T as a director now. Now, what's making me say this? The reason why I'm here is for my employees. I have a business here in Nigeria. But when someone told me about the Toastmasters, I try to encourage them to say, okay, whatever it costs, I will pay for it. So I asked one of them to register. He registered. And I registered too, just to encourage him to bring him here. Guess what? I waited for him to 12:30 this afternoon. He never showed up. He never showed up. And I said to myself, it is what it is. You know, sometimes you want to help people, but then heaven helps those who help themselves. Now, this program is a very, very good one because for you to have confidence to be able to go out there and speak, for you to be, see, I can't see your cards, so you can display all the cards that you want. I can see. So, but this is a good. Now I can see it, but not listening. But this is a good program for you guys. Just like I said, in my life, you probably won't see me here again because I don't need it. But I want to be a mentor to who wants to be a mentee. You know, my goal in life now is to be able to raise people, put smiles on their faces, help them, you know, lift them up. But some want to, some don't want to. So this is a very, very good program. So you're okay with it, and I'm very, very, very proud of the organizers, and I'm very, very proud of you guys. Very, very, I got the day to be here.
Thank you very much, sir. I think I would have to apply to your organization so you can pay for my Toastmasters. Okay, do we have room for one more question?
Yes.
Okay, we already have an online. I'm sorry. We don't have the time. Okay, thank you very much. Over to you. Thank you.
Okay. Let's give a warm round of applause. And thank you, our respondents. That was really inspiring. Honestly, for someone to come from abroad to sponsor you on something that you will improve on yourself, thank you so much. And do not let that deter you. Please, if others are available, do. Yes. Let's give a round of applause. Okay, we're supposed to have called for vote, but he's the only one, so we'll just move on. We'll just give him. Okay, so I would like to call back our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Olumide, to come and chair the evaluation segment. Toastmaster Olumide.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. Good afternoon. I told you we were going to be back. So you have heard it. First of all, before we begin, you'd agree with me that it is not an easy feat to stand before a live audience and speak. So for those of us here who have courageously stepped forward to speak, can you please give everyone a round of applause? All right, so before we begin, like Toastmaster of the Day has said, we'll be voting for who you thought, okay, we've done that, right? Okay, all right. But please bear in mind that we'll also be voting for the evaluators. So to begin, I'll be calling on the first evaluator who evaluated Toastmaster Titilayo Esther Amao's speech. He's online and he'll be connecting with us. Toastmaster Babatunde, please confirm that you're ready to give your evaluation.
Yes, please. Please confirm you can hear me.
Loud and clear, sir.
Olumide, aka Sheffield.
All right, you may go when you're ready.
Thank you very much, the general evaluator. I would be evaluating Toastmaster Titilayo. Toastmaster Titilayo, congratulations. You have achieved the objectives of your manual. I'll be using the comment, recommend, and comment sandwich method. So first, I like that you confidently received the mic and you attached it to your clothing comfortably for use. You did not show any sign of being jittery or being not prepared. Well done. I love that your dress was lovely and also related with the theme of the meeting, celebration. You told us about your growing up and you still educated us about how you grew your love for finances and prudency. Your voice was clear and audible, right pitch, right tone. You can never go wrong with a clear voice. You told us your story using a story. You can never go wrong with a story. Well done. What are those things I would recommend? In as much as this is an icebreaker and you have achieved the objectives, I would recommend that first, learn to use your hands to support your delivery. At intervals, you use them and you use them beautifully so. At other times, you are clasping them and holding them together. Again, you use some pause fillers and so. In fact, at a point, I thought your wedding and marriage to so was done in a beautiful place. You need to divorce so. What else would I advise you to reduce? Your pacing. Make it more purposeful. You were moving to and fro, to and fro. Make it more purposeful. Move with purpose. Speak when you are speaking, don't move. When you are moving, don't speak, if that makes any sense. Again, for your eye contact, at some point you were looking at the floor. I don't want to say you were not confident because I saw a lot of confidence while you were speaking, but looking at the floor sometimes is you trying to avoid people's eye. Use the Z method. That is, look at the first person in the front of the row. From there, go diagonally to the back. Then look at the last person and do the same and come back with a Z method. Finally, what are those things I would commend you for again? You use, like I said, you use your hands at intervals descriptively. Well done. You use the word of the day. Not many icebreakers or first speakers will use the word of the day. Well done. We got to know you. We got to know that you ask questions a lot. And we got to know that you are a prudent person. You told us that wealth is not what you see. You told us that we should learn from the mistake of the past to give ourselves a better future. Congratulations, you have achieved the speech objective, like I said. I have no doubt that in a not too distant future, you will become a fascinating speaker whose delivery will leave people agog. Money where we get, no go finish. Let people spend money, but at the same time, be prudent. Thank you, the General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Babatunde Adegbindi, for the evaluation. The next will be the evaluator of Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye's speech. She's also online. Ladies and gentlemen, bring with me to the virtual lectern Toastmaster Miriam. Okay.
Thank you very much for the General Evaluator. Please, can you confirm if you can see me and if you can hear me, please?
Loud and clear.
Thank you very much. Every speech is like a journey, and today we all embarked on that journey together based on the speech delivered by Toastmaster Olusegun Ibitoye titled Value, Money, in that order. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on the paths we traveled together and explore the strengths that guided us and the opportunities that would help us reach new heights. Toastmaster Olusegun, you delivered your speech with so much panache, and I was agog with excitement listening to you speak. The first part you explored was using a quote which solidified your introduction. This also led to the first opportunity for improvement when I listened to your speech, because you gave us a quote by the most renowned physicist, but I never got his or her name. I somehow missed it. I don't know whether you mentioned it, but I don't think so. Next time, please don't forget to tell us the name of the person whose quote you're stating. The second path was you told us a story. Stories are interesting, they bring speeches alive. They also connect the speakers to the audience because stories allows for vulnerability and it makes the speaker more relatable to the audience. The second room for improvement was that you were moving out of the camera frame. But luckily for you, we had someone in the room who moved the camera so we could see you online. And you know that this may not always be the case in every meeting you attend. The last path you explored, and I was agog, when you not only used the word of the day, but you connected your speech with the theme of the day. Well done. That was brilliant. So to summarize, you gave us a fantastic speech, agog with several strengths, such as the word of the day, the theme of the day, and several call to actions where you mentioned that we should all be a person of value because it does not only affect us, but the people around us. You also have opportunities for improvement, such as mastering the angle of your camera, and I am sure with time you would become a more accomplished speaker. Do not give up, keep coming to the lectern. Over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Miriam Oke, for your evaluation. Quickly, please, if you see the ballot box moving around, that's the little bowl, I don't know what it is we have here. Do not forget to drop in, we call them love notes. If you have any notes, any recommendation at all to any of the speakers, just tear out the appropriate portion here and give to the person. I remember the first love note I received in 2015 when I gave my first speech. I still have it at home. There's a way those love notes reach close to your heart. So if you have any note for any of the speakers, do not hesitate to put it down and give it to the person. Thank you very much. So we'll move on to the next evaluator who will evaluate Toastmaster Chidalu's speech. And for that, another evaluator online, I give you Toastmaster Sunday. So a round of applause for him.
Okay, good. Please confirm you can hear and see me.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you very much. Toastmaster Chidakalu, that was a beautiful speech. Please, if we can give her a physical, for those in the physical room, can give her a round of applause, that would really be appreciated. That was wonderful. My first time listening to your speech, and I was agog with it. I think I should use the word of the day. I was agog with the speech. Okay, I love the fact that, first of all, you greeted the audience. It was a sign that you really put us, that you had a presence of mind to put us in consideration just before your speech started. I love that. I love the fact that you prepared our mind for the topic. You increased our interest by telling us what you intended to speak with, what you intended to speak on, rather. And then, that speech was laced with a lot of humor and content. First of all, I love your definition of adulthood. You said adulthood is mastering the art of procrastination and still miss deadline. Who does that? Well, I'm not an adult in that case because I don't miss my own deadlines. But that was good. That was a well thought definition laced with humor. You went ahead to tell us the three struggles of an adult: the money struggles, the financial struggles, and the social struggles. That was really a lot of thinking went into the speech. So when we think before we write or give our speeches, it shows when we deliver. It compels the listeners and the audience to think and want to get involved with your speech. And that was what you did. You also went on to tell us 3 tips of how to help as becoming adults, manage our finances, surrounding ourselves with positive people, and taking care of ourselves. Well done. Again, I said the speech was laced with humor. I love the fact that you gave us a very funny definition of adulthood. And then it was a lot of statistics. Not a lot of anyway, but it was something to to pick our interest, about the 97.6% of people who find it difficult to wake up. My God. You didn't get that from Toastmaster Shida Kalu. Well, that was good. That was really good. I also love your comfort level, which showed in many ways. It showed in how you use your hands. You were really comfortable walking down the stage with your hands, with your good hand usage. I love the fact that at some points you also smiled and you giggled, and you also used your hair. It was also a sign that you were comfortable with the audience. What do I think you could have done better for subsequent speeches, or by way of feedback? What do I think would be my feedback for you in subsequent speeches? One is pauses. I would have loved to see more pauses. Pauses does two things. First of all, it allows the information that are passing out to us to sync, and then we can think through it. And then pauses are also good too for myself while we're transiting from the struggles of adults and the tips to help us as becoming adults. Those pauses would have helped the message to flow seamlessly. What I think would have done, or we could have done better also. This is our feedback.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes technology can be pesky. Toastmaster Sunday, I'm afraid we lost you, but if you can hear us, we can no longer hear you. And because of time, we'll be moving on swiftly. I'll suggest that you reach out personally to Toastmaster Chidalu to give her the rest of the evaluation. I hope that's fine, Toastmaster Chi. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for your understanding. For the final evaluator, we'll be moving on with the evaluator of Toastmaster Kenneth Waje's speech. And for that, he will also quickly roll into the evaluation of the table topic segment. So for that, please welcome with me to lectern Toastmaster John Onumi. A round of applause for him.
Good afternoon once again, Toastmasters and guests. If you are agog by the quality of Toastmasters Kenneth's speech, please can you put your hands together for Toastmaster Kenneth? Child, structure, content, context. Toastmaster Kenneth, you were impeccably dressed. You used your looks to captivate the group, and that's a powerful way to speak. When you look good, people want to pay attention to you. Well done. Toastmaster Kenneth, your voice was audible and confidence-inducing, and it was well warranted because we could see the confidence exuding from your body. I loved it. I love the quote you started with. He who knows not and knows not that he knows not is a fool, and you went on. He who knows not and knows. You captivated us right from the start. You use stories. Stories always connect. Use three wise men. First, second, third, and you expanded on them. Thank you so much for that, Toastmaster Kenneth. Are there areas of improvement? I have a few recommendations. First, 5 to 7 minutes is a very short time. I would have loved that you stopped to just maybe one story and go deeper in the emotions. That will also permit you to repeat certain elements because this is a hybrid meeting. Network will not function properly. We may miss the first time you say it, but we'll probably not miss the second and the third time. And it also gives you the opportunity to engage with your audience. You're not speaking to just wow us with how good you are, and you are good, but you're also speaking to connect with the audience. Ask a question. How many of us have mentors? Show of hands, type in the chat box. It will enhance the quality of your speech, Toastmaster Kenneth. Some other things that I loved, the way you used your body language to display the height, the glasses. At no point were you nervous and doing your hands like this. Quality of a great. Your vocal variety was second to none. When you were happy, you raised your voice and it emanated in the whole room. When you were shy, you brought it down. You even stepped back. Well done. Effective use of pause. For 5 seconds, nothing. And you paused. I love every bit of that. Finally, great conclusion. It was curt, clear, and captivating. You can learn anything if you learn like a child. Toastmaster Kenneth, 3 parts are always remembered in your speech. Introduction, conclusion, and the emotionally high parts. Your speech was inundated with quality elements of all of this. I cannot even imagine. And right now, I'm agog at listening to your next speech. Dear Toastmasters and guests, please put your hands together for Toastmaster Kenneth. Now, I had the privilege of evaluating the table topics. How many of us enjoyed the table topics portion of the meeting? Okay, first, please, can we vote? Timer confirmed. Did all the evaluators keep the time? So sorry, network did not permit us to enjoy. Oh, okay. So Toastmaster Babatunde and Toastmaster Sunday cannot be voted for. We can vote for Toastmaster Mariam or Toastmaster John as your preferred evaluator in the sleep. So please go ahead and vote. Now I'm going to be evaluating the table topics portion. If you enjoyed the table topics portion of the meeting, please can you put your hands up and put your hands together for all the speakers and the table topics master. First, we started with an experienced Toastmaster, Toastmaster Ugonna. Toastmaster Ugonna volunteered. What type of confidence does that show us? We knew from the start, this man is a very confident man. It's not easy to come up and speak. Great job, Toastmaster Ugonna. How many of us love his smile? I don't know how long it takes to practice in front of the mirror to have that type of smile, but I need to be like that when I grow up. What his smile does is that it makes us relax and makes us willing to listen to him. And that's how he started. He also repeated the question. If you don't know how to speak, assuming you don't know the topic, repeat the question. It's a brilliant way of thinking about the next things you're going to say. I love that. What would I have loved that he improved upon? Toastmaster Ugonna, was that a real story? You always eat. Do you have stories to highlight that? You have some stories from your past, correct? I would have loved that you picked one and share that one. Just expand it with us. Let us understand where you're coming from and we'll remember it more. I would have also loved that you asked us questions. How many of us love food? Can I come and eat in your house? To connect more. Finally, he actually answered the question, I always eat. Regardless of what happens, I always eat. And it was humorous. We laughed, we connected more with him, and his eye contact was lovely. He looked at us, and that connects you more with the audience. Please come put our hands together for Toastmaster Ugonna. Our second speaker, Mr. Wale Oyekoya. Is that correct, sir? Fantastic. Your own topic. Where do you want to go to from where you are? Mr. Oyekoya, dashingly dressed. You captivated us just by the way you look. When I grow up, I want to be more like you. Please, can you take me as a protege? Both for paying for Toastmasters and in the way you dress. You came up, you gave a firm handshake, and you had a warm smile. It makes people feel like you're confident, and we're already looking at you. You started with the word of the day. Come on. How do you have the presence of mind to start with the word of the day? People already think, I'm tired from doing this for you, sir. Well done. What would I love that you improve upon? Your eye contact. There were certain points that you were here and you kept glaring down. I would have loved that you looked at the audience. But this might be harsh a bit, actually. So I don't know if we're looking away from this, but look this way or that way. It will help you connect. And finally, to improve upon, I'd have loved that you use the stage more. So maybe go away from the lights, come this way. Because some people at the back may not get to look at your wonderful visage, sir. And some other things I love, you directly answer the question. You're deviating from the money we've been talking about. You want to mentor people. I love that you told your story about your son and people could feel the warmth and love and oh, it really connected. Stories always connect. And finally, you ended with humor. You want to help this employee. Till 12:30, that employee did not show up. Up till now, that employee is not there. It gives us the opportunity for some of us to step in and you can pay. Fantastic. Thank you to that employee. Send me the number so we can say thank you. It was a lovely session, and I'm looking forward to more sessions like that. Please, let's welcome back to the lectern, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much to Mr. John Onomiya for the session, and thank you to all the evaluators. Okay, so the voting box is going round, so you can vote for who you thought, in your opinion, was a better evaluator. To move
Sorry, please, there's no audio. We can't hear you online.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. I hope we've all enjoyed today's session.
Yes.
Awesome. And the use of the word today, funny enough, throughout the session, the word agog was used 25 times. I know, right? So everyone, please clap for yourself. I will say that everyone who did stand up to speak on stage used the word at least once, but I'm not going to go through how many times the word was used because I think I'll be redundant.
Have a tie. Then we'll guess the tie.
No question.
Okay. So we have TM
Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Madam Grammarian, for your report. For the benefit of our guests, one of the essence of the word of the day is
Yes, I think maybe you should just hold the speaker.
I think it's the battery. It's blinking red and green. So what do we do? Okay. I apologize if I elevate my voice. Can they hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, thank you very much. The next role player will be the timer for today, Toastmaster Cruz. Please, could you step up and give us a report of your time?
I think I need to do some work with my voice so you can hear me. Okay. Oh, okay. So I'll just quickly move to those who went beyond time because of our time. I'm not above you. We have missed our time today. Yeah. Maybe yes. In telling Toastmaster, while Oyeko has spent 2 minutes 56 seconds. BTM about today, I did in his evaluation spent 3 minutes 43 seconds. Toastmaster Sunday also spent 3 minutes 43 seconds. And he did not even finish. I wonder if he had finished. Apart from that, every other person spent the time well. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. The next role player is our counter, and for that, I bring back that with.
Thank you, General Victor. I'm back to present my report as the counter. So starting with myself, CM Abiba. She used once, then for the prepared speeches, we have CM Silayo. She used so 9 times. 4 times. CM Chidalu used so 5 times. 2 times. Once. And there were repetitions. Well, keep hearing that. Then the next speaker was TM Shaggy. He used 5. He had the next speaker, TM Kenneth, used 2-3 times. The Toastmaster of the question go twice and once. Anna use twice and Sunday use so once. Thank you.
It's off. I don't think we're needing this anymore. Okay, and the final role player for my team today is the listening evaluator. Please bring Madam President back to the lecture.
All right, your quiz master is back, and I say jolly good afternoon once again. Good afternoon. All right. My first question goes thus. Someone said, be a value person or a person value, because it won't only change your life, but it will change the life of those around you. Who said that? Thank you very much. My next question is, someone shared something about 3 wise men. And Toastmaster Kenneth, yes. And what were those 3 things he shared that those 3 wise men taught him? Okay. Thank you very much. Let that be. Said, if you don't keep track with time, if you don't keep track with what you have done, you might feel that you have not done much. Who said that? Thank you. And my next question is, someone shared tips about adulthood. I want to know those 3 tips that were shared. No, the 3 tips that she shared.
3 tips on what to do, right?
Yes. As an adult, take care of yourself. Self-care.
Handle your money.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And the last one, take good care of yourself.
A round of applause. All audience response to this question. So this last question. Okay. How old or how long has Toastmasters International been in existence?
100 years.
A rousing round of applause for all of you. Thank you very much. You have kept me in agog with the response to the questions I just supplied. Thank you so much. I encourage you to keep listening, because as you are listening, you're building your communication skills. And it's back to you, the general evaluator of intelligence.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Ladies and gentlemen, you have had it. That is the evaluation from my team, and I sincerely hope that at least one person has picked up a lesson from the feedback that we received. Now to my own evaluation of the team. Okay, I have so many things written down here, but I'll just pick out the very important ones. First thing is that we started late. We started more than 15 minutes beyond the start time. That is not Toastmaster standard. When we say we begin at 1, we begin at 1. So, Madam President, please let us take note of that to improve on it. And then the introduction was too long. On the agenda, it says we're going to open the meeting using 28 minutes. We spent more than 35 minutes with the introduction. And look at where it has brought us. This meeting should have ended 5 minutes ago. Now, we're Toastmasters. We're not just learning to communicate and be and listen. We're also learning to manage time better. Now, when we say we want our audience's time from between 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, we should honor that promise and not make them sit a second longer than 3 o'clock. So please take notes. And that was because the opening was too long and the transitions were too long. Now, put 20 seconds together in 10 places. It all adds up to 20 minutes. All of a sudden, you see that you're 10 minutes behind time. Also, those little 10-second here, 15-second here, 20-second here. I know technology played a part, but I think some of the parts of the meeting could have been thrown down so that you would better manage your time. Again, I've said this before, the Toastmasters promise is just for Toastmasters. So please take note, Mr. Sergeant Accounts, when you're opening a meeting, let just the Toastmasters stand up, because the wordings of the Toastmasters promise, they speak to something that guests might not fully grasp. So when you are reading out, when you are reciting the Toastmasters promise, let just Toastmasters in the room stand up. The guests may be permitted to sit and observe. Then I noticed that, I know I'm in a Toastmasters meeting, but I don't know which Toastmasters I'm in. I know that we used to have banners. What do we have? There used to be something that would tell me where I am, whether I'm in Seaside or Victoria Bay. So what happened to the club paraphernalia? Yeah, I had to do this to stay. I know we used to have banners before and flags that would tell me I am the Seaside Toastmasters club. So, Mr. Sergeant Adams, Madam President, let us think about that. I love the fact that, okay, for Toastmasters Sunday, there's something about calling someone's name. It warms the person up to you. So if you have to call someone's name, please get the correct pronunciation. Now, I wouldn't have mentioned this, but because you were evaluating Toastmaster Chidalu's speech, it expected that you would have reached out to her and had a conversation with her. And especially for traditional names that may be difficult to pronounce, please learn the pronunciation of the person's name so that when you come out and pronounce the person's name, pronounce it correctly. Which, okay, yeah, so has already been said. When you said greatest physicists, we didn't know who you were talking about. When you said Bet Niger, we don't know what Bet. Don't assume that everybody knows what Bet Niger is. So please, could you give us the one-line explanation of what it is? Toastmaster Kenneth, I hope you're still online. You are a very seasoned Toastmaster, so I did not expect your background to be animated. It can be distracting. I'm trying to listen to you. I'm trying to get the substance of your speech, but then I see the beach behind you. I see the palm tree moving. So the human mind is very simple. I want to focus on one thing at a time. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as human mind can movement one at a time. So if I'm looking at you, let me look at you. So please, in future, try and tone down the animation of your back. Yeah, that works. That works. Thank you. There's something about the sound today. I'm not a sound engineer, but it sounded like it was bouncing all over the place. I struggled to really follow his speech because of the sound. So please, let's take a look at that in the future. I heard the word ovation. I thought you meant to say ovation. When you say better speaker suggests that you're comparing two things, two items. But here we had more than two speakers, so I thought you meant to say best speaker out of four. The movement in and out today could have been better replicated, so we decided that I'm listening closer to the door, especially when speakers are on here speaking. Then I observed that there was no networking break. As much as we're here to learn how to communicate, and you also need that networking. You never know, your next big paycheck might be sitting right beside you. And how do you get it if you don't network and exchange contacts with the person? So please, in the future, let us at least 5 minutes of networking before we get to meet each other and exchange contacts. Distinguished Toastmaster Obatune Adegbile, I hope you're still here. I could guess that you were not really settled for this meeting. Why? Because your camera was shaking. It appeared to me like you held it in your hands and you did not have a solid place to place it on. So please, in the future, let's look at how to make your camera less shake because it was a bit distracting. Then the placement of your camera, the empty space above your head was a little too much. Timer, I think you need to adjust your location. You might not know it, but this light, there's a blind spot around here. So I can't even see your face around as I'm talking. I just know you are somewhere here. So please, in future, try to move out from behind the light so that people speaking can see your time prompts. Then someone was speaking, I think it was Mr. Chidan, and you were throwing out statistics. Please, in future, when you use figures, you throw statistics, back it up in your source, so that you give your audience the confidence that you're not just picking figures from your head, so that you can give more credibility when you quote your sources, when you use figures. And then for evaluators, when you say, here are the things that you could have done better, that suggests that what the person has done is good. Don't forget, you're giving your own opinion on the person's speech. So it could better be said that you want the person to improve or do this differently. So for instance, you were clasping your hands. What I thought you could have done differently, or what I think you can improve on is this and this. So when you say done better, it's not wrong in itself. It's not wrong. It's just the interpretation of it that might not be taken so well. That would be my evaluation, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasure and a huge honor. One of my mentors say, the man that people today celebrate milestones. You know where you're going, your journey is short. If you know how to get there, your journey is shorter. If you know who has gotten there, your journey is shorter. If that person is willing to take you on as a mentor, congratulations, you are already there. Mr. Toastmaster. We can do better.
Because of time, I can't say much, but honestly, evaluation segments are always the best. We have learned so much in this few time that Toastmaster Olumide was here. He said a lot. He highlighted. He was trying, because of the time he was rushing it, but he made sure he gave us the essence of why we were here. Thank you so much to us, Toastmaster Olumide. I'm sure we have it's one of the things that we will improve on. And I know the part that I was there to do. Thank you very much. And this has brought the end of my stay here. I will call on the president, but before I do that, I want to say thank you so much, Seaside Toastmasters Club and Victoria Day, for giving me a wonderful opportunity for being the Toastmaster of the day.
It's been a great honor. And then I enjoyed all guests that are here, including my serial guests. Please join the Victoria Bay Seaside Toastmasters Club today. You will learn a lot, you will improve, and you will become as great as Toastmaster Olumide or as great as Toastmaster John. You know, let's meet very good mentors like Mr. Wiley here. So please join. Thank you so much. And I call on the president of Seaside Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Ebube, my apologies.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Now is the final segment of our meeting, and I'm going to be doing a recap of some of the activities that has happened, and we'll also be celebrating some of our members who have achieved great milestones. And in the meeting, we also have some of our members and guests who have improved in their speaking and have gone the extra mile to one thing. So I would like to encourage you, please, while we are celebrating them, please still join us to celebrate them with your applauses. Thank you so much. So I will begin by getting to the prepared speech segment. We have people who have done the extra work, discussed with their mentors, and a lot of people have been able to create their speech in the speech crafting process. And they did a lot of work, and they were able to come on stage and deliver their speech. And we have someone who is the most improved in today's meeting. Please, with a round of applause, I'd like us to celebrate Toastmaster Kenneth Owaji. Let's go through speaker. Congratulations. We have your ribbon here, as well as the certificates, and I will pass it to your president. So that they can give it to you. Also, we also had the topic segment of our meeting, and we had a guest who emerged the winner. So please join me with a round of applause as we celebrate guests. One. Yes, please. The area director and the president led Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club. So we can brief him. Yes. So we'll be giving him some orders. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much. We also have the evaluation segment of our meeting today. And the evaluation segment, we have no other winner than mentors. Please join me with a round of applause. President. Yes, I guess some of us may be wondering why we have this president in the meeting today. Yes, for some of our guests that joined the meeting today. We're having a collaborative meeting today. We have Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club. We also have Seaside Toastmasters Club. And we have to synergize the meeting so as to enhance quality of our meeting. And I would like to ask, have we enjoyed today's meeting? Yeah. Thank you so much.
We're gonna do this again.
Today we experience one of our speakers giving our icebreaker speech, and usual practice of Toastmasters Club is to celebrate our first-time speaker. I would like us to please, with a round of applause, join me as I welcome our icebreaker. Yeah, so we have a ribbon, like a ribbon for her.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and for Seaside Toastmasters Club, so I'm going to be giving the updates on the activities for both clubs, both the Seaside Toastmasters Club as well as Victoria Beach. So I'd like us to join me with a round of applause as we are welcoming our new member. We have a new member that just signed up. I'd like to celebrate people in Toastmasters. So please, with a round of applause, I'd like to welcome Toastmaster Blessing Ola. Yes, we got that timeline, but perhaps maybe she may not be on the call, but she's our new member who just signed up. I'd like to say welcome to you, Toastmaster Blessing. Also, we have pathways in our Toastmasters curriculum. So when you become a member of Toastmasters, we have access to a curriculum, called it Toastmasters pathway, right? So we have members who achieve their levels and complete their level. And today, I'd like to celebrate someone from Seaside Toastmasters Club who has just completed level 2 of the Toastmasters pathway. So please join me as I welcome Toastmaster again. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm stressing. So we have this ribbon. Thank you so much. Also, for Seaside Toastmasters Club, we have one of our esteemed member who recently joined us, and she has been giving speeches back to back. From the day she joined, first she won the best speaker. Imagine giving your icebreaker that won the best speech for that particular meeting, where we have seasoned Toastmasters, and the division recognizes it because of how amazing she has been and how consistent she has been with her Toastmastership. I'd like to celebrate Toastmaster Chida. It may not be every one that will just take pictures. All right, so I'm going to be giving updates for Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club. In Toastmasters, there is a process where people get to progress from the club level to Victoria level. And that process is through participating in club contests. Now, there have been a club contest that the Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club did, and they have members who have progressed from the club level to the area level. And Victoria Bay, they are going to be having their area contest tomorrow, and it's going to be online. Yes, and it's going to be online. We also circulate the links for as many that would like to join the meeting. And also, Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club do have their meetings every second and third Saturdays of every month virtually. However, They also have physical meetings every first Saturday, once in 2 months. Right, so we joined Victoria Toastmasters Club. The essence of Toastmasters is that you are able to check the schedule. Seaside Toastmasters Club, we do our meetings 1 to 3 every first and second Saturdays. It may be convenient for you, it may not be convenient for you, which is why we also have other Toastmasters Club. They are flexible options. And you can also join both Victoria and the Toastmasters Club as well as Seaside. And we have a structured curriculum that has been built, that has been refined for over 100 years by different pioneers, by different experienced Toastmasters, that is going to guarantee you of getting to get value when you become a member. And for Seaside Toastmasters Club, just like the site accounts that initially established, we do have our meetings every first and second Saturdays of every month. However, for the month of October and November, we decided to have 3 meetings because we are trying to free up December and also try to see how to do a lot of other activities that may concern the division at Toastmasters. And I'd like to establish that we won't be having any meeting for December. However, there's a division program that is going to be happening 7th of December. And it's end of the year beach hangout. So both the division, both Seaside Toastmasters Club, we try as much as possible to be very serious when it comes to taking ownership of our journeys, becoming better competitors and becoming better leaders. However, also try to mix it with social kind of life. And the division is having a beach hangout on the 7th of December. And we'll be circulating the links so that you can join and you can also attend. You'll be able to attend the beach hangout if you're interested in it. And also, the division is going to be having the division contest. So people progress from the club level to the area level and then to the division level. We as a division will be having our division contest on November 30th. And we have a member of Seaside Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Piyush, who is participating in the division level. Please try and support him. Please try and go. Please try and join online so that you can also encourage our Seaside Toastmasters member. So that will be all for the updates. And I hope we had a nice time today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. So as Seaside Toastmasters Club, we take refreshment very seriously. We have cake, we have drinks, and please, after the meeting, please don't be in a hurry to leave. Please, you can also join us behind and then have a share of the cake that will be given out. So for most of our guests who would like to know more about how Toastmasters is structured, what the membership is about, and who have questions, this segment is going to be reserved for you after we have closed today's meeting. And we'll be having the Vice President membership team, Toastmaster Miriam, okay, she may be joining us online, or she is going to be giving us a pep talk on Seaside, on getting to become members of Seaside Toastmasters Club. Once again, I'd like to apologize for keeping us this late. We do not take your presence for granted, and we appreciate the time that you have spent with us. And by the powers vested on me, as the president of Seaside Toastmasters Club, I'd like to call this meeting to a close, and we'll adjourn this meeting to our next meeting. Our next meeting is next Saturday, and it's going to be strictly online. Thank you so much. And please, I'd like to call on Toastmaster Miriam Oke for the Vice President membership session.
Thank you very much, President. Thank you for holding the stage down. So without wasting any time, I am going to go to the guests session. So we're going to be meeting our guests, but before we start to introduce ourselves online and in the audience, I would like to start by saying what Toastmaster is. So Toastmaster is a club, is a non-profit. Hello? is a non-profit organization designed to help individuals become better communicators through leadership training and public speaking practice. So joining a Toastmaster Club is an invaluable opportunity to practice your public speaking skills in a regular and safe environment. So who can join Toastmaster Club? Anyone over the age of 18 can join the club. Sorry, is it possible for us to ask the people in the
session? So we're going to be our guests, but before we start to introduce ourselves online and audience, I would like to start by saying what Toastmaster is. So Toastmaster is a club. Hello. It's a non-profit organization designed to help individuals become better communicators through leadership training and public speaking practice.
Please, can the people in the online audience confirm if they can hear me?
We can hear you now. Right.
Okay, sorry. There was so much noise in the room, so I had to stop speaking. So I know that I'm sure Toastmaster Richard is in the room, so he would help us handle the guests in the physical audience while I would speak to the people online. Okay, so we have somebody on the stage who would love to hear from you. Madam Chairman, is it Chuku, can we hear from you? I think they've muted themselves in the physical audience so that we can speak.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, good evening. Madam Choma. So we would like to hear from you. What did you learn in today's meeting? Would you like to join us? Are you a Toastmaster? If you would like to join us, you can drop your email address and your phone number so that we can share the details on how to join with you. So over to you. Let us hear what you do, what you learned in today's meeting, and if you will be coming back. Thank you.
All right, I'll just start by saying a very big thank you, and I was very impressed, from this first meeting. This is my first time. I'm not a Toastmaster, but I'm looking forward to be one. I'm very interested in joining, so I'll drop my email, my phone number, and in a private message to you.
That would be
I
lovely.
work in one of the oldest financial institutions in Nigeria. I'm a group head of a department. And the reason for joining Toastmaster is to help me improve my public speaking and leadership skill, because I can see that in my career path, I'm growing into a more senior level. And I think from what I've heard in this session, I will learn a lot that will equip me for the next phase of my career. Really, I learned so much, and I know time will not allow me to learn so much, to talk about everything I've learned. But what I've taken out is about that the man that spoke about value, that we all have value in us, and that there's so much we have to give, not just for ourselves, and for others around us. So thank you very much. It was a very nice session, and I look forward to joining the others. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself in today's meeting. So we're looking forward for you becoming a member. So I'm going to move on to the next person I can see here, and that is Abu Amar bin Yaya. So over to you. Unmute yourself. We would love to meet you. What did you learn in today's meeting? What do you do? Who are you? Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. This is the second time I'm joining the Toastmasters Club session. I joined the Victoria Bay session, and I think I'm in one of their WhatsApp group aspiring Victoria Bay members, Toastmasters Club members. So I've learned a lot from all the sessions I've joined. I think I like the kind of maturity that gets played out. I like mostly what I like is the feedback session or the evaluators, I would say. I like the constructive evaluation. I like the fact that a whole lot of insight was given into speeches and communications and the styles of communications. Okay, sorry, I think I jumped to what I like. Okay, my name is Adino Yahya Abubakar. I work with one of the FMCG companies. I have some of my colleagues who are already Toastmasters, and I got the invite from one of them, and that's what brought me here. Maybe you know Toastmaster Samuel Adu. He actually encouraged me, and he's one of my colleagues. So, and I think I'm glad he did. I chose to join, and I'm happy that I am here. I think it's a learning process for me. I'm grateful to him for giving me that hands-on information to be here, and I have never regretted coming to join any of your sessions. I look forward to becoming a fully, or will I say, this approved or accredited Toastmaster. I look forward to meeting and networking with a lot of people. I look forward to seeing real matured, successful people who have charted a career path for themselves and learning leadership skills from all of you in the Toastmaster. Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Thank you once again for coming. We are glad you're here. So I noticed that you've already sent your email address to me. That is fantastic. If you don't mind, you can also send your phone number so that I can add you to Seaside Toastmaster Guest WhatsApp group, if that is something you want. So I'm going to move on.
That's great.
Okay. So the next person I'm going to be calling is Choice Godwin. We would love to hear from you. What do you do? What did you learn from today's meeting? Are you interested in joining us? Over to you, Choice Godwin. Okay, he or she probably doesn't want to speak. So I'm going to move on to Elijah. I have somebody called Elijah on the call who would love to also hear from you.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Elijah Eto. I joined quite late, but it's been quite interesting. I hope to make it next time for the physical session. It will be my first time attending physically, but I've been joining virtually. I look forward to becoming a Toastmaster someday. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that response. And we also look forward to you joining the club. I'm so sure you're going to learn a lot and you're going to improve in your public speaking and your leadership journey So we have 3 more people that we're going to talk to, and we're going to be hearing from them in this particular order. So the first person will be Oluwaseun, followed by Raphael, then lastly Wosu. So Oluwaseun, please unmute yourself. Would like to hear and see you if you're in a place where you can put on your video. Would love to hear from you.
Hello, my name is Oluwaseun. Unfortunately, I'm somewhere where I can't put on my video right now, but I would love to be part of this. I think I've attended a physical events some time ago, but I would like to actually be part of this. Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I can't switch on my video right now. Maybe next time.
No problem. So what you can do in the meantime is you can share your email address and your phone number with me privately so that I can add you to the WhatsApp group, and I can also share the email on how you can become a Toastmaster.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do I get your number? Sorry, I didn't join early, so
drop it in the chat with
okay.
For my name. My name is Mariam, okay? So just send me a private message with your phone and email address.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
All right. Miriam, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah. So the next person we are going to be hearing from is Raphael. Are you available to speak? Okay, I would assume you are not available to speak, and I can also see that Wosu is not like your audio is not connected to this call. So if you want to speak, we would not be able to hear from you. So on that note, I would like to thank everybody for coming, and we can leave the meeting now. So before we leave, I would like to remind us that our next meeting is going to be holding next week, Saturday, and it's going to be strictly online. Everybody is going to be attending online. So that's Saturday, 9th of November, 2024. If you're interested in coming, please drop your phone number and your email address so that you would be aware when we are sharing the invite and you would join us. So we look forward to joining you. We look forward to you joining us in our next meeting. And I'm sure you had a swell time today. So until next time, bye for now. We can unmute ourselves and say bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye. Thank you for coming.